Hello everybody, how's it going? Hello Nova, just getting everything set up here before I officially begin. Hope you don't mind. Alright, I hope the audio is okay. Alright, I think we're almost ready to go. Okay, so yeah, hello everybody, welcome to WRL here at Spain today for round 6 of WRL, obviously. This is my first time doing commentation, doing a commentator's role in a league that is not my main commentating league. So it's I'm pretty excited to I guess start a new chapter, I suppose, in terms of doing 2 leagues now, commentating 2 leagues instead of just one. So yeah, pretty excited, and I'm ready to get going, and hopefully I do a decent job. I've done, I think in my other league, I've done around 45 different commentary streams. So I think I have a decent idea of what to do and how to talk on here on stream and stuff like that. Because back in January when I started, it was I was really nervous all the time, and I wasn't really flowing with my words, and it was just kind of messy. But hopefully it's much better now. So yeah, I'm just checking the Discord at the moment. And hello, Mary, or Murray. I'm actually not sure how to pronounce your name. Apologies, but yeah, hello to both of you. Always good to be here. So yeah, Spain today. I'm in Barcelona, trying to find some. Actually, let me get some facts here for you, just while we wait out the time before the lobby starts. Let's see. The constructor with the most wins at the Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya, which is where we are today, is Ferrari with 13. 2.8 mile track, aka 4.6 kilometers, 66 race laps, for a complete race distance of 307 kilometers or 190 miles. Hello, Cameron. How are you? The last race winner, of course, was Lewis Hamilton, who also got pole with a 1:15.5. So we'll see how the times in this virtual Grand Prix will compare to that. And then Lewis won the race with a final time of 1 hour and 31 minutes or so. So if we divide that in half, that's 45.5 minutes. So we'll see if any of these drivers can beat Lewis's. There we go, my words. Lewis's final race time if you divide it by 2, because half the race distance would be half the time. And the fastest lap was set by Bottas. Not sure what lap it was, doesn't say here, but it was an 18.1 race lap. I'm doing really well, Cameron. Really excited to be doing this. I love commentating, probably more than racing at this point. I used to be really big into different leagues, like driving in this game, but ever since my hands started to really cramp up a lot, and like my shoulders started really hurting whenever I would do like longer races, like 50% or 100%. I kind of fell off of that, and I don't really do it that much anymore. But I love commentating. Because most of the drivers I commentate are much quicker than me anyway, so it's much more fun to watch faster drivers, in my opinion. First commentator for a while, pretty cool. Alright, oh, and we are getting ready to go. Now, I'm pretty sure I got Let me see. I actually got the constructor standings here. User sent them to me. No, not the constructor standings. The driver standings. So currently, YouTube Mary is on top of the table with 80 points. Then we have WRL Crossfire Strikes, Duzlex, Murillo. I have to learn the names, so give me some time with that. PRT Kubica, Spicy Llama, Cosmic, MWRL Kyle T, YouTube Nova, Chalowote, Jonas, YOLO Swag, Camerals, Willy Kid Blue, That Porchy Dude, it's Wispbeat. It's Wispbeat. Sorry, my pronunciations are horrible, probably. But I will continue on nonetheless. Maxi, Breakfast King, Struggle God, Luke, Milan. I'll just say Milan because same name as the first place stander in the moment. Jack the King, and former Barland. So 23 drivers who have competed so far. And then, of course, we have Red Bull at the top of the constructors table with 101 points. 25 points back to Mercedes. Then we have Haas, Renault, Williams, McLaren, Racing Point, AlphaTauri, Alfa Romeo, and Ferrari. And then in terms of penalty points, yeah, I might go over that later. But yeah, so on to qualifying. I should probably actually skip to a driver who's out. Starting with Mary, who's coming out of the pits right now on this very gloomy Saturday here in Barcelona. Might be expecting some rain eventually, but we will have to wait and see. The sun is poking through just a little bit, but a lot of cloud cover at the moment. So, as qualifying begins, well, I've already said that some of the track stats, but I'll just repeat them again, I guess, just for some words while we watch the Red Bull driver of YouTube Mary, the first driver out, on his out lap and his first hot lap. So 13 wins for Ferrari, 66 laps, the full races, but this is a 50% league as far as I recall, so it will be 33 laps of this grueling and difficult track, especially for tires, especially that left front through turn 3 and through this turn right here that Mary is coming through. Oh, a little bit of a slide there as he gets caught onto the curb with the inside front tire, but he recovers nicely. Just warming up the tires now as we get the nice shoulder cam brought to you by the F1 game having cool cameras, I suppose. So YouTube Mary starting his flying lap, DRS open. Let's ride on board for this first attempt. And oh, let me actually get the telemetry and lap data on. And oh, we can see it's an invalidation already for the Red Bull. So we will have to skip to the next driver who's on a lap, which is Murillo, I think that's how you pronounce it. But yeah. Okay, there we go. Alright, so purple first sector. Oh, we're going a little bit wide at turn 4 there. A little bit onto the grass, well onto the curbing, but still going strong for the Williams with the We Race as One livery on the halo, as you can clearly see. Williams recently being bought out by Doral. I don't know what the actual name of the company is, but it's something capital. So yeah, no longer being a family-owned team, unfortunately, but still in Formula 1 and still giving it their all every single race. So the lone driver for Williams today, Murillo, coming across the line and is actually going to slow down, maybe because they were not happy with that lap, or they want to start their, or they're just using the strategy to start on the mediums actually, so they can easily beat their time on the mediums. Speaking of mediums, well, first off, X Brandon with a 120.6, Merlo with an 18.8, although that was not representative because of the slowdown at the end, and Castle 9992 with a 17.389 on the medium tires. That's a mighty lap, at least from what I can do. Yeah, that's pretty impressive to me. Next up, we have a Renault making way for a group of cars here. A Red Bull, a Racing Point, and an AlphaTauri. So here they all come. I believe these are all on their flying laps. As Struggle God decides to come into the pits and almost hits the outside barrier there, almost DNFs. I'm afraid that was really close for comfort, but thankfully he is still in the session. As YouTube Mary goes P3 on the same set of tires that he set his time before, or well, did his first attempt on before, with a 19.003. He'll be looking to improve that, most likely, as well as Brandon. As Crossfire Strikes almost losing the car there out of turn 3, keeping the lap valid, but very, very close to having a big moment there. As we have Cam Rules, who is slowing down across the line. So back to Crossfire. Let's go dynamic Cam. Oh, and validation at... Oh, and a huge off for the Red Bull there, as you could see on the minimap. As a couple of drivers are leaving the session, probably due to connection issues, I would assume. This game can be kind of wonky with that sort of stuff. But yeah, invalidated lap for both. I believe that was Mary who went off, I think. Oh, that actually might have been on purpose, because there is an escape road there, and Mary had gone off at turn 1 before that on that lap anyway, because that was the end lap, I'm pretty sure, for his first attempt. So yeah. But here we have Colin 219, a familiar face for me. He is actually in the other league I commentate. Just yesterday, he had a pretty good race at Hungary. So yeah, it's really nice to see him in this league as well. Setting an 18.2 on his first attempt, now going on... Actually, no, now on an end lap, I would assume, based off of that ERS level. So let's go to a driver who hasn't set a time yet. Ooh, PRT Kubica, locking up and going off through the grass at turn 2 and 3, or turns 2 and 3. Really unfortunate stuff for him. He's going to have to come back into the pits, I would assume. As we have Max 12107 GR on an out lap in the red Ferrari. My favorite car in terms of looks. Unfortunately, it is not the quickest in real life, but at least it has... At least it wins me over by how beautiful I think it looks. Especially the number font. I really like... and plus I love Sebastian Vettel anyway, so it's... since he's driving with the team, kind of like him a little bit more than I would. But yeah, not the quickest in real life, unfortunately. But luckily we have equal cars today, at least as far as I know. I'm still very new to this league, so I'm not really sure about all the rules and the settings. But I'm just gonna go off of what I assume until maybe I'm told otherwise after the race that I made some big mistakes or something. But yeah. Also, as we watch the Ferrari on this lap here, yeah, just let me know how my commentating was after each race or something. You know, like if anyone watching wants me to comment on something or look at someone on their lap or something, like any like specific like request or criticism you have. If I'm like a horrible commentator and you're like, bro, you're trash, just let me know. I'll try to change it up, and because my goal here is to provide good commentary and entertainment to everybody watching. So if I'm not doing that to the standard that you would like, then just let me know what I could do better, and I will definitely give it a go. Although I have been doing this for a few months now, since January, I still do run out of things to say at points, especially when there's not much action on track in qualifying or the race or something like that. It can get a little bit awkward, and there might be points where you hear me just stop talking for a couple minutes because I'm thinking of what to say and I'm like panicking internally. But yeah, let me actually get back to the qualifying. Elian Bayan currently on pole with the soft tires with a 16.3. And then we have Max with a 16.8 on the mediums. And then we have Kessel currently on 3-lap-old mediums, but is in the pits at the moment, so he'll be changing those. Then we have Crossfire Strikes, who just got into P2, and Elian, who just improved again into the .1s. So a 15-second lap time is probably going to occur today, or a time within the 15s rather is probably more accurate. 1 minute 15. So currently at the moment we have 6 drivers in the pits, so lots of stuff on track still to watch. Camerals up into P5 with a 17.519, and hello Kibitza in the chat, how's it going? As YouTube Mary with a 16.0 puts it on pole for the moment. Very good lap from him, and on the mediums as well. So yeah, very impressive stuff. Now he's taking a very slow and calm in lap after that probably very satisfying lap for himself to be able to pull off and get provisional pole at the moment. Question is, can Elian come back, or will another driver steal the thunder, or can Mary keep it? We'll see. Ooh, and a validation for Brandon there. I'm not sure if he was on a lap or not. I think he was, but that has ruined his lap. It wouldn't have been an improvement anyway. It would have been down by half a tenth or so. But still unfortunate to see that happening. So let's see. Here we have Chalet. I'll just call him Chalet, because Chalawoti. I'll just call him X. How about that? So yeah, here we have X on his outlap on the medium tires. First lap was a unrepresentative 137 on the softs, probably including an incident somewhere. Must have been, because I know he has more pace than that, just by the speed he's going on his outlap here. So yeah, definitely a very poor first run, but still 5.5 minutes to go, according to my graphic at least, in this qualifying session. So we will have to wait and see. Call him Daniel. Okay. Alright, call him Daniel. So yeah, Daniel in P11, preparing his outlap. And here he goes. Turns it up into hot lap, ERS mode, max fuel mode. DRS open down the main straight. This is where you want that drag to be reduced to the lowest levels to get that maximum top speed and acceleration. Braking into turn 1, turn 2, and turn 3. Now you need all that downforce, and the front left tire is screaming at this point. Is getting very hot. A lot of temperature going through the tires and the brakes as you brake into turn 4. Come through turn 5. There's a Haas just in front of the Red Bull. Hopefully the dirty air doesn't affect the Red Bull too much. As the Haas is on a lap. Nope, the Haas is not on a lap. Never mind. Thought they were. But yeah, Haas getting out of the way of Daniel. coming through turn 9. Almost with a little slide there, but holding it well. 2 purple sectors so far, looking very, very strong in the slap. It's an absolute flyer. Coming through the final sector now. Tires are pretty much in a qualifying perspective. They're pretty much dead at this point, the tires. So you have to be very careful on the throttle, but you need to get as much speed as possible out of this final corner. Easily flat and onto the main straight, and that is a pole position, at least at the moment, a pole position lap from Daniel in the Red Bull on the mediums nonetheless as well, with a 16.052. So very incredible stuff, very, very nicely done. As Brandon has DNF'd from the session, I'm afraid. It looks to be at the pit lane entry, so he may have understeered into the barrier, like we almost saw happen to him before. I believe it was him before. It might have been someone else, but unfortunately, it has claimed that pit wall has claimed a car in the form of Brandon, and Castle also retires in the pit lane. As Kubica begins his lap, I believe. And oh, Luke! Just as I cut away, something happens. But Luke unfortunately invalidating his time, which was already quite off the pace, I'm afraid. So I'm not too sure at the moment what the pace is of these last 3 drivers here, or even of Kubica really, because his lap time I don't believe it was representative. But yeah, let's ride on board with him. Or actually, no, go dynamic cam. With the new updated livery for the McLaren on the F1 2020 game. I love the rainbow stuff. Oh, and a big slide there out of turn 9. Thankfully, no cars were in the direct vicinity, but there's a Mercedes coming. Mercedes does get past easily without any incident. I'm not sure if ghosting is on in this league or not, but hopefully for that situation, it can be, or it is. As Mary does retire from the session in the pits with just 2 minutes to go in the session now. So now Kubica is going to have to do one final lap on these tires, or he will be starting in at the very highest P12, not the place you want to be starting, especially around a track that is very difficult for overtakes, as we've seen both in league racing, in the game, and in real life. Cameron is reporting that his internet keeps glitching and crashing, so hopefully that can get sorted within the next couple of minutes before the race begins. I really hope so, because we want as many people as we can get in this race. Currently 15 in the lobby, as Porchy Dude has just joined. Unfortunately, will not be setting a time due to the late entry, but will be participating in the race, thankfully. So it'll be a last the first challenge attempt for him. Oh, and crossing the line in kind of a style there, and boom, into the wall. And whoa, that car was shaking a lot. As everyone is retiring from the session, let's see, on the final runs we have Elian currently sitting in P3, but on an invalidated lap. Let's see what it could have been though. No, he's gonna slow down there. Yeah, I don't think it would have been that the quickest in terms of, or at least quicker than what he already had set anyways. But here we have Max, who's just made a mistake, it appears, and will be retiring from the session, I believe. Spicy Llama now 1/10 up on his time, and Struggle God, who has invalidated his time. So we just have one valid lap remaining, or one lap that could be an improvement remaining at the moment from the Racing Point driver of Spicy Llama. Racing Point, of course, going to be transformed into Aston Martin next year in real life. I wonder what the livery will look like. And Spicy Llama comes across the line to go, well, to stay P10 on 4 lap-old mediums. So that's going to be very interesting to start the race on 4 lap-old mediums, as he is in the top 10. So you have to start on the same set that you set your best time on. That was his best time just now. It was still P10 for him, so unfortunate that he didn't go up positions, but now he has quite some work to do in the race to get those tires to the first pit stop window when they already have 4 laps of wear on them from qualifying runs. And that's not including the out lap or the formation lap, which now has tire wear in it as well. That's new on this game, that I actually didn't even know was on the game until a few weeks after I had received it. So yeah, and a nice little feature, you know, because then you can actually like warm your tires up, but you can't be too aggressive. You know, it adds more realism to the game, so that's always a good thing. Yeah, also, hopefully there's no bugs today, no glitches. I've seen a lot of times the start line glitch where one car gets the lights, but every other car doesn't, and then they're all just like glitched and like stuck on the grid. That is quite an unfortunate one. Oh yeah, and also, yes, something else that's new. You can actually see the pit stops in the race director. Thank you, Restyle on Discord, for reminding me of that. But yeah, you can see the pit stops as they happen, and yeah, it's a pretty cool little feature. So yeah, I think we're just waiting for Murillo to retire, or for 15 seconds to pass. And then we will be good to go. Just 5 seconds, and there we go. Okay. Alright, so your qualifying order is Daniel on pole with a 16-0 on the mediums. Then we have Mary, Elian, Crossfire, Murillo, Max, Castle, Colin 219, Cam Rules, Spicy Llama, Struggle God, Brandon, Kubica, Luke, and Porchy Dude. With the bottom 2 unfortunately not setting times, but it'll be all to play for in the race, and anything can happen. So yeah, let's hope for a close race today. There's been some races where it's been really spread out, and I've been like struggling for things to say. So hopefully, it's a close race, and I can have a good, we can all have a good race today. Good luck to all the drivers. Okay. So, let's see. So the current gap in the driver standings is 20 points at the top. Then it is pretty close for the battle for second place. So let's see what will change today. So I believe we have a formation lap. My other league has a formation lap. So I believe this one does too. Yes, it does. Alright, that's good. As the 2 Red Bulls, who have locked out the front row of the grid at the Spanish Grand Prix today, start weaving their tires, and off they go into turn 1 for the formation lap. So let me get, I usually have position change on for the beginning, and then I change it to tires later on. But just so we can see the tires, sorry, I was looking at the Discord. But yeah, here are all the tire choices for the beginning of the race. So as you can see, 14 on the mediums, 2 on the softs. Alright, sorry, we're replying to Discord messages in the WRL Discord. As we can see that Daniel has actually underfueled his car by the little gas or fuel indicator. Let's see if anyone else has done that. I do not believe so. No. So yeah, it's just the pole sitter looking for a nice light getaway as he is doing some burnouts there in the third sector, as the AI will take over control of the car and will coast them to their grid spots. Oh, and there's been some disqualifications for some slight bumping, I assume. So that's going to actually probably ruin a couple starts there, and that's crucial for Mary especially, and Ilian especially, because they're the ones who have a big shot of getting into the lead if they get a good start at the moment in just a few moments' time. So yeah, they will be on much colder tires and much hotter engines than everybody else. So here we go. 33 laps await us. A clear track awaits Daniel and Mary, both on the Red Bulls, at the front of the grid for the Spanish Grand Prix. 5 red lights, it's lights out, and away we go as they get the predicted pit stop strategy there. It's a pretty good start from the Red Bulls, or well, from the leading Red Bull, but the Mercedes of Ilian does get a good start and jumps Mary, who had cold tires off of the start, as everyone comes into turn 1. Slight contact between the Renault and the Ferrari there, battling for P4. As we do have a spinner, it is Merlo at the back. Oh, and we have a Red Bull spinner, and it is Daniel from the lead of the race all the way down into last. Disaster for the Red Bull off of the start. As I'm trying to see what else is going on here. Ilian currently leads the Grand Prix from P3. So now he's going to try to use those soft tires to try and pull away from everyone else and get that crucial gap that he needs in order to either go onto the hards later or go into a second pair of softs and then the mediums, or a soft medium. So yeah. Oh, and we have another spinner. Carnifex has spun in the Mercedes, and Luke Flano is also down there as well, I believe, with Brandon and Murillo starting to fall back a little bit after incidents of their own. But Ilian coming around the final corner to complete the first lap with Mary right on his tail. Ilian getting the fastest lap, but the DRS is open for Mary. As you can see, they're side by side, just barely quicker for the Red Bull. And Mary does get passed into the lead of the race on those medium tires. As Luke Flano does come in for a pit stop. As the game is glitching out with the leaderboards, saying a bunch of different people are in P1, but we know for a fact that Mary's P1, Ilian is P2, and Crossfire is P3. Oh, a little bit on the gravel there for the Renault. Let's actually jump back here, where it's much into the tight midfield. On board with the Renault of Kubica. Started P13. Started P13, up 2 positions at the moment. The best start over these first 2 laps have been, ooh, snap of overstay there. Best start has been Struggle God and Porchy Dude, up 5 places each. The worst start has been Daniel from pole position down into 15th. Very, very unfortunate for him today. He needs a safety car to get back into this race realistically, as he is really far back. And yeah, that spin, I'm not sure what happened there. I just saw the Red Bull in the gravel. I thought it was Mary actually because of the cold tires, but it was Mary's teammate. So yeah, that's how quickly things can change sometimes. It's a really harsh reality sometimes, that races can sometimes get or change like that. As we see the back of the Alfa Romeo coming through turn 9, fighting for P9 actually, or defending from P9. As Mary is now pulling out a slight gap to Crossfire, who has gone past Elian actually. I just noticed that. And ooh, someone's off. That's someone off. That is Struggle God, I believe. And that is some missing front wing from the AlphaTauri, number 2 AlphaTauri, as they rejoin the track very carefully, letting some cars through. Very good sportsmanship there. And Struggle God has been given a penalty for exceeding track limits. That will surely be removed post-race by the stewards, because that was clearly not an extended track limits there. Anyway, back to the action here. Oh, Mirlo and Kubica side by side through turn 3. Mediums versus mediums. They touch wheels. Camaros has left the session. Disconnection. Mirlo dives up the inside, but then gets blocked by Cam's AI and loses that position to Kubica. Very frustrating for the Williams driver. Must have been seeing that just happened. So at the moment, a 2-second lead by Mary already in front of Crossfire, and then Elian, Max, Castle, Portudude, Llama, and Colin. So this is the moment where I just be quiet for a couple laps and just let you listen to the sound of the engines, and if anything crazy happens, I will let you know. DRS with Murillo on Kubica, too far back though at the current moment to get a move done, as Camerals pits from P13 will be dropping down, I believe. I think he'll come out behind Luke but in front of Struggle. A lot of lockups there into turn 5 there. Into turn 5 as this battle rages on lap 5 of 33 of the Spanish Grand Prix, as we have even with DRS, and a big lunge from the Williams making contact with Kubica. Kubica has to go off the track, comes back on, no damage thankfully. But that probably freaked him out a little bit there. Probably was not expecting a lunge like that. As there is a yellow flag in Sector 2. It is the 2 AlphaTauris, unfortunately, at the back of the grid at the moment, down 4 and 7 positions each. Speaking of position changes, I should probably change this to tires. Just so you can see different tire wear levels, basically. As Murillo has a really good run on Colin here out of turn 3, or he had, but then he got bogged down in the higher gears. But still very close behind that Renault. As Kubica goes off and rejoins the track, albeit with really slippery tires and a massive lockup, or a moderate sized lockup, on the front left. Murillo looking for the move once again on Colin, who's trying to get past Llama. Now Colin on the softs, Murillo on the mediums. So at this point, after 5 or 6 laps, I'm pretty sure the softs will start to deteriorate in pace and stability. So this would be the point that Colin begins to struggle, at least I would assume. Now in the other league that I commentate, that Colin's in, he is known for going very long with his tires, like very, very long. So he could actually make those softs last probably longer than expected, as Murillo does get past with the DRS. Colin doesn't fight it too much. Probably knows that Merlot has the speed, and is going for a different, or we'll try to get him back later on. So at the moment, a 3.7 second gap from Mary to Crossfire, as we are about to begin lap 8 of 33. Let's see, we have Daniel starting to come back through the field. Now approaching Carnifex in the Mercedes for P11. Carnifex seeming to be struggling a little bit, trying to defend from the Red Bull. But with DRS, I'm assuming this should be a fairly simple move, and it appears to be much more straight line speed, seemingly around 15 miles an hour quicker there was the Red Bull compared to the Mercedes on that main straight. So back to the battle for P6, or P7, sorry. Colin's tires might be starting to go off now, as Kubica will, I assume, catch back up a little bit with that happening. As Ilian comes into the pits and goes onto the hard tires to the end. Let's see. So here we have Cam Rolls looking to re-overtake Kubica for the lead lap. As Mary's gap is looking fairly stable at the moment. Crossfire just losing, or I'm just gaining a couple tenths over the last 2 laps. Let's see, we have the battle for P4, the McLaren versus the Alfa Romeo, Castle versus Porci. As Luke gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple track breaches. Well, someone has spawned there. I believe that is Carnifex, who has spawned at turn 8. It's a very easy place to lose the car there because of the camber of the corner. So that was a very understandable mistake. Oh, as contact is made between Porchy and Castle. Thankfully, no damage done to either kart and no spins. Both on 10-lap-old mediums. Ooh, a lockup there though from Castle. Ooh, so we have another off there. I believe that is Colin who has just gone off. No damage done to the car, but those tires are looking pretty toast. And oh, there's a puncture. Colin, who is known for going long on his tires, has a rear left puncture. And yeah, I'm wondering. I'm not too sure why he went so long on those softs. I mean, 10 laps is a lot for those softs, and yeah, that was probably the reason for the spin. Got a puncture coming through turn 3, I would assume, where the temperatures are the highest. And the tire just couldn't handle it. But yeah, you can see the puncture there from the rear camera shot. So Colin is going to have to struggle to keep that Renault in a straight line and bring it back to the pits slowly. As just behind him here, we have a battle, Haas versus Williams. They're side by side into the yellow flag zone, but Luke is ahead. Now for the battle for P7 here. Elian on new hards versus Kubica on worn saw or worn mediums. As Crossfire gets a penalty. And oh, here we go. Battle for P5, Crossfire versus Merlo. Oh, and there's a tap there as Merlo gets a little bit squeezed by Crossfire. Not sure who would be, I mean, Merlo could have backed out, but Crossfire could have given him more room, so I'd say probably racing incident there. Although I am not a steward, I'm just a commentator. But on to the main straight now. Oh, and we have a full safety car as someone has crashed. It's Luke Flano has crashed at turn 8, and that is a full safety car. So Daniel is going to take this opportunity to get basically a free pit stop, as everyone else is going to have to wait a whole lap, going much slower than the Delta. I think 40% slower than the normal race time under the safety car until the safety car is caught up to. So yeah, Luke Flano out of this race on lap 13. As we wait to see what happens next. So Mary, the current race leader, coming into the pits. El Struggle God has a drive-through for speeding under the safety car, and that can only be served after the safety car comes in. So that is going to be very costly for them. As everyone comes in to serve their pit stops. Now would be basically the only logical time to do it if you haven't done it already. And interestingly, Colin is on to new softs. I would have sworn he should have gone on the hards. A Spicy Llama has a drive-through penalty as well for speeding under the safety car. So that's 2 drive-throughs that will be served 1 to 3 laps after the safety car comes into the pits. As I believe Carniflex is, Carnifex, not Flex, has been disqualified from the session, trying to unlap himself, I believe. And that's very odd. There is a no-named AlphaTauri who just crashed into Colin there. Wait, I'm really confused with what's going on here. But yeah, Colin comes into the pits. Probably going onto the hards. So does the mystery AlphaTauri at this point. As Carnifex is not happy in the Discord. Very upset at the FIA over their what's the word? Their mismatched instructions, I suppose. You know, telling someone to go, then come back, go to come back. That happens quite a lot. Let's see. So yeah, Mary currently leading the race. New hards. Crossfire P2, Porchy P3, Castle P4, Max P5. All the tires will go to the end at this point, except for Brandon's. He'll have to make a pit stop. Oh, really aggressive weaving there from Mary. That was pretty fun to watch. About to lose the car there, but thankfully he has that good. And the mystery AlphaTauri has been disqualified as well. Very, very unfortunate for them as well. Yeah, the game is giving them instructions that aren't making any sense, as the safety car, I believe, is coming in this lap. Everyone is very going very slowly here, as the safety car is coming into the pits. So whenever Mary wants to go, he can go. As he's still going very slowly through this last corner. We're having another Mugello incident we could almost have here. And he is off. A lot of penalties there. Or some penalties. Struggle God has retired from the session. And they are off once again. It's 3 wide. 3 wide for 2 sets of cars here. As they dive into turn 1. Mary keeps the lead. Crossfire P2. Porsche P3. Oh, a little bit of a slide there from Ilian. Some cars are in the pits. 3 cars in the pits. Struggle God confirms his controller broke. That's extremely unfortunate, especially during the middle of a race, to happen to someone. As we have 13 drivers left in this race, and that is Crossfire. With no front wing in the barrier, and that appears that they are AFK now and that they are out of the race, at least out of the realistic running of winning this race at the moment. No front wing, really far down the order, has to pit. Really, really unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. As he takes the escape road there. But yeah, extremely unfortunate stuff for the Renault there. And here we go. It's supposed to be 3 wide on this main straight once again. As we can see, or well, it almost was. Castle with a penalty. And oh, that's actually... And oh, a spin there from the Renault on the entry to the pit lane, almost similar to what Leclerc had happened in the race last year, and Vettel did in preseason testing this year. And there's another safety car as Portudude has DNF'd from the sessions, and as you can see in the wall there, Portudude has crashed out, and another safety car is so yeah, we will see if anyone makes additional pit stops at the moment. Elian is making a pit stop, probably onto softs. Those softs are not going to last to the end of the race. I know that for sure. That may have been a mistake. Pit change. Because the softs will not last any more than 10 laps. I mean, Colin got a puncture after 10 laps, so I'm afraid that the same might happen to Elian here, who's in a very good spot to win the race. He's going to have a lot of speed off this restart, but he's going to have to make another pit stop. So we will see what happens, and I wish the best for him. But yeah, we'll definitely wait and see. But yeah, I wish the best. Hope he does very well. And the same for all these drivers, you know. Let's see. Oh, speaking of pens, for the people in the Discord, let's see the pens. Let's see. 10 second, 3 second, 3 seconds. Well, okay. Well, first off, this is the massive list of incidents. Let's see. Mary has served his penalty, I believe, of 5 seconds. Castle 2 penalties. 5-second penalty for Murillo. Max with 1 warning. And Elian with a drive-through, which was already served, I believe. So yeah, very, very, very interesting. Oh, Spicy Llama has also switched to softs. So, very, very interesting strategies here. We will see what comes of this. Alright, so everyone is just coming or closing up on each other, or bunching up rather. Yeah, okay, let's see. So yeah, unfortunately for the Renaults, the 2 Renaults at the back with the mystery AlphaTauri in P10. As they are almost all at the safety car line, or at the safety car train. So let's see. The top 4 and 5 lap old hards. Then we have Elian with fresh softs. Excuse me. Sorry, yawning. Then we have Daniel with 2 Leopold mediums, Brandon with 2 Leopold hards, Spicy Llama, Fresh softs, Kubica, Mystery, AlphaTari, Crossfire, and Colin still in this race with 4 DNFs, Porchy, Struggle God, Luke, and Carnifex. So, safety car might come in this lap. I'm not sure. I think it will be. So here we go again. Round 2. Wait, is it coming in this lap? Let's see. Oh no, it's not. Okay. Never mind. One more lap. We'll do one more lap because safety car wants to do one more lap, I suppose. I guess Burnt Mylander wants to have another go at it. All right. Okay. Alright, not really sure what to say at the moment. I'm actually a little bit nervous for all the drivers here because this is going to be a hectic restart, I'm assuming. You know, 14 laps to go, including this lap, 13 at the line. A lot of weaving going on from all the cars. Safety car is in this lap, confirmed. Here we go. Alright, so here we go. Mary waiting for the safety car to peel into the pits. Then he will go. Now, if I were him, I would blast out of the final corner right now. Which is exactly what he does, and he catches everybody out massively, already out of the DRS. That was an incredible restart for Mary. Just caught everyone out. And absolutely nailed it. We have some battles going on closer to the back here. Well, not closer to the back, but back in the midfield. And oh, that's some carbon fiber off of one car. That's the Spicy Llama there, with massive damage on the left-hand side after contact with Brandon, I'm assuming. Oh, and a huge accident! Both Renaults take each other out. Colin's out of the race. Crossfire with with a damaged wing. Huge incident there. That must be a safety car or something. That is absolutely crazy. That was absolutely nuts. But the race is still going here. A Mary with a huge lead. Collins left the session in frustration, most likely. I completely understand. As the two Renaults commit the... Oh, massive accidents, and Brandon is out. Well, not out, but he has spun. No damage, but a spin for Brandon leaves him far behind. Mary with the fast lap with an 18.8. That's pretty close to the real life record lap, I believe. Race record lap set by Bottas in 2020 or 2019. Not sure. Not sure what year it was. But here we go, Llama. I believe this is Llama's AI actually. Just because of the way the wheel's moving. Okay, not anymore. But yeah, here we go. 11 Well, 12 laps to go, including this one. And here we go, Crossfire has retired from the session as it's Mercedes versus Ferrari into the hairpin, and there's contact, front wheel to rear wheel. Now there is still time for a third safety car to potentially come out. The last lap it could come out would be lap 28, if I recall correctly. As Elian is coming into the pits for the final stop. As Castle is as well. Now we have Merlo versus Daniel. Daniel, who was actually last after the second sector of the first lap, or the first sector of the first lap, is now back up into P3 and has a really good shot of actually making it a Red Bull 1-2 for the Red Bull team. As Castle has retired from the session. So down to 9 runners in this race. As Elian has lost some time as well to Brandon there. Just a little bit of time, a few tenths, I think. Ooh, massive walk-up from the Williams. 8-lap-old hards, still quite fresh, versus 6-lap-old mediums, which are still quite fresh as well. And here he goes. Daniel is past Merlo for P2 in this race. Ooh, as we have a yellow flag in sector 1. Oh, that's Kubica who has spun. No damage on the wing, but that is a spin from the McLaren of Kubica. So that's very unfortunate for his race and his day today. Ooh, that's another spin. Oh, almost a spin. That was a very nice drift, actually. Oh, and another nice drift, but that's not what he's aiming to be doing at this particular moment in this particular car. Spicy Llama with a penalty, 3-second penalty. And now Elian is really close to that McLaren. As Daniel gets the fast lap of the race and is now actually closing in a little bit on Mary for the lead. So let's see what happens here. And let's see if that gap can come down or not. Meanwhile, battle for P7 rages on, as you're seeing live right here. And past goes the Mercedes into P7. But Kubica is starting to come back a little bit here. A little bit too far back though, I think, at turn 4. Oh, but a little bit wide for the Mercedes of Elian. But a lockup for Kubica. And they're still in their same positions. So now the question is, can Daniel catch Mary by the time his mediums fall off? Because within 7 laps, those mediums will be 15 laps old, and that's definitely quite a bit for the mediums. A couple laps probably too many for what they would want to do. At least I think. Maybe 15 is actually okay. But yeah, these softs definitely will not reach the end. So those two, Spicy Llama and Elian, are going to have to pit. but everyone else, I believe, will be okay. So Mary is currently extending the gap slightly now from Daniel. As Kubica is getting very close to Elian here into turn 1. Sorry, I just missed it, but yeah, into turn 1. Kubica with a lot more ERS than Elian, about 10% to 60%. Ooh, big lock up there from Kubica. As Spicy Llama is now starting to fall back into the clutches of Kubica and Elian, actually, a little bit, I believe. As Kubica has a really nice run here now, but he's not going to be close enough, I don't believe. He's going to tuck back in. Oh, but then shoulder nose through. Oh, a little bit of a touch there. Ooh, a little bit of a slide there from Kubica. As the onboard from Elian can get a good shot at this battle. As Castle leaves the session. And Elian does come into the pits for probably more softs to the end, I believe. If he even has another set of softs, that is. But Spicy Llama still going, 9-lap-old softs at the moment. Kubica is going to pass, most likely, and does into turn 1. And there we go. Yep, Elian is on fresh softs to the end of the race. As Mary is 4.4 seconds ahead of Daniel. Currently a Red Bull 1-2, quite comfortably. But will Daniel's tires start to fall off, and will he fall back into Murillo? That's the question. So at the moment, not much action on track in terms of battles. Oh, a little bit of a lock-up there from the Williams. But yeah, for these last 5 laps, I will just remain quiet and yeah, just let you listen to the sound of the engines. While I actually take a break for around 30 seconds. I just have to really quickly go to the washroom. So I'll be right back, and I will leave you with the Ferrari. Actually, no, I'll leave you with this camera shot of the current leader. Alright, I have returned, and just in time for Elian to make an attempt at overtaking Brandon here for P7. 12 uphold hards versus 0 uphold softs. It's quite obvious which way this fight is going to go. Round the outside potentially here with all that extra grip. Looking like a very nice move. Oh, there's contact there between the two. And there goes Elian past Brandon. So just 3 laps to go in this race. In just a couple moments. Lap 31, 32, and 33. A purple third sector for Mary. A penalty for Max. And Spicy Llama also pits onto the softs. Excuse me. Oh, we have an incident here. It is the AlphaTauri in P6 who has spun and has damage, and Kubica is passed. It's not a puncture as far as I can tell. Nope. But yeah, very interesting to see what happened there. Maybe later on we can get another view of it. Oh, as Kubica appears to be slowing down. And yes, he is. He's slowing down. Maybe to just get a fight with him, maybe? Maybe to let him back through, actually. If that's the case, because of maybe a collision or something, that's a really good deed by the McLaren of Kubica. It's a very good deed. Or actually... Wait, no. This actually might be... Oh no, it's not AI. It's not. Kubica just seems to be going very slowly at the moment. Maybe he's trying to give the P5 AlphaTauri the position. Struggle God leaves the session. Yeah, very interesting. As we skip on to the current leader, YouTube Mary, on his final lap, or well, about to be the final lap of the race. Let's go on board here. Actually, no, it's cinematic. As he has just 1 lap to go in this Grand Prix. It's been kind of a crazy race. It's still going to be a Red Bull 1-2 as far as I know. Despite one of the Red Bulls being last at one point. So yeah, very good job by Daniel, very good job by Mary to keep it in P1 for was it the whole race, or was it no, it was for basically the whole race. After the first couple laps, I believe he was in P1 and stayed there for the rest of the race. So yeah, great job to the Red Bull drivers, and to everyone who congrats to everybody for a good race. A little bit controversial at points. I'm pretty sure there'll be some discussions in quotes at in the Discord afterwards. But yeah, looking really nice for these two up front here. So here comes Mary through the final chicane, round the final corner, and up to the line. He is going to win the Spanish Grand Prix, and he has a 5-second time penalty that's unserved. So Daniel is going to win the race. I actually didn't even know that. Oh my goodness. Daniel has just won the race after being last after the first lap. He started on pole, was last, and what a comeback that was from Daniel. But congrats to Mary as well. So at the moment, it says Daniel's won. However, Mary is saying he will get the penalty removed. So if that does happen, then it'll be Mary who's the victor. But P3, Murillo, P4, Max, P5, the Mystery AlphaTauri, P6, Kubica, Ilian, Lama, and Brandon finishing off the finishers. So yeah, congrats to everybody, and yeah, that was a good race. So yeah, good race, everybody. It's been very. I'm very happy to have commentated this, and I hope that I can commentate. I hope that I can commentate some more in the future. So yeah, thank you for giving me this opportunity. And yeah, congrats to everybody. And yeah. So yeah, no penalties for Daniel. However, it is expected that Mary will get a 5-second penalty removed, giving him the victory. But at the moment, well, I mean, it's still going to be a Red Bull 1-2. So for the team, still the best result possible. 48 minutes, 36 seconds, and 252 milliseconds, the final race time. Let's see all the incidents and the pit stops. A lot of front wing changes today. And yeah, that has been the Spanish Grand Prix. So, yeah, thank you for watching, everybody. It's been an honor, and yeah, hopefully we will see each other again very soon. Probably maybe next week, if they decide to keep me. But yeah, thank you for watching and listening. I hope you enjoyed the race and my commentary. First time in a new league, as I said before, earlier on the stream. And yeah, thank you for watching and listening, and I will see you soon, or we will see you soon. So bye bye, everybody, and have an amazing rest of your day.